I'm actually going to dive deep into a bit of a vulnerable story share with you. So behind the scenes, I'm actually navigating some huge, wildly expansive, like roller coaster experiences in my life. I am literally experiencing incredible highs and incredible lows. And it feels like in my world, in my personal world, and what's going on with me energetically, is that it feels like a full tower moment. Like everything is crumbling away from me that no longer serves me. That being the case, last week when it was my birthday, it felt like I just did not want to show up. On my actual birthday, I had one of the most insane days. I've never felt such a range of emotion before in my life. And typically the old me would have been like, stuff that down. Today's not the day. It's your birthday. It's a day for happiness and joy, and literally suffocate my own emotions. But this year, I'm doing things differently. This year, I'm fully owning how I'm feeling. And this year, I desire freedom, balance, and the freedom to create and have the life that I want. I don't want to be working so fucking hard. I don't want the hustle culture. I don't want to do so that I feel worthy of receiving. I want to be, experience, and have and receive. And so I'm currently doing some huge shifts in my own world to break through old patterns and old cycles that would typically hold me back. If you haven't stalked or binged my podcast, you need to go listen to that. I dive deep into all those conversations. But the reason why this is really important is because typically in business, when we are not experiencing consistent sales and consistent bookings and consistent clients and consistent level of revenue, it's typically because we are not being consistent in our business, right? And so I share this from the bottom of my heart because that was my experience last week. It felt like last year because I had a huge transformation in 24 hours. I woke up literally a different person and I don't even recognize who I was before. So this is really important because when we experience things happening in our life, hello, beautiful Lana. When we experience things happening in our life, we typically don't want to show up on social media, post content, respond to those emails, respond to that inquiry, respond to the client, we don't want to do the things that we need to do in our business to create consistent income, consistent bookings, consistent inquiries. And I get it because that was also me last week. The one thing that can happen in our business is that when we are experiencing those lows and those dips where we're like questioning if the clients are coming, and we're questioning if it all gets to work out for us, we're questioning if what we're doing in our content is good enough, we're questioning if what we do with our clients is good enough, we question if our sales experience is good enough, we question all the things, right? We create that low frequency and that low energy field because we don't want to show up then, because we're like, have you ever experienced this? Like, just literally tap into this experience for you. When have you not wanted to show up? There could be huge things happening in your life. You could have lost someone that you love dearly. Hello, lost my mum. And when I lost my mum, the absolute last thing I wanted to do was show up. When my babies are sick, the last thing that I want to do is show up. Hello, beautiful Rihanna. Hello, what's up? The last thing that you want to do is show up. And when you don't show up, you do create that level of inconsistency. But the reason why I wanted to come on here and share this conversation with you, and to share what my week was last week, and to share vulnerably that I don't want to show up. I didn't want to show up. I ghosted all of my DMs celebrating my birthday. I had nothing more to give because I was going through some serious shit. And so the last thing that I want to do is give to more people and show up and give more content. And I'm just not feeling an outward like energy field. I'm feeling like I just want to go in because of what I was going through. So for me, the way that I was able to still have inquiries coming into my business, the way that I was able to still convert those inquiries into bookings in my business, the way that I was still able to welcome new clients into Expansion Alumni and into momentum, and the way that I was still able to create and still sell my offers to my community, and the way that I was still able to convert my brides into bookings, and the way that I was still able to follow up with the 8 weddings that we have booked just with my team over the next week and just double check all of those details are all correct and everything is all good. I was still able to check in with the 37 brides that we have booked over the next month and make sure that all those details are all correct and all their invoices were all finalized and sent off. I still had I was still checking in with 10 more brides that were coming up and due for their trials, that haven't booked in for their trials yet, that are coming up in the next 2 to 3 months. I would not have been able to do that, because I did none of that, by the way. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't have my systems, automations, and my client pathways set up in my business. That would have meant that I would have had to manually go through, onboard my welcoming to my momentum clients, onboard the welcoming to my expansion mastermind clients, onboard the welcoming to my smaller programs and offers that sold over my birthday celebration. I would have had to manually go through and welcome new brides into my client experience and send off their emails, or not automatically, manually. Send off their welcoming and onboarding manually. I would have had to manually reach out to 37 fucking brides and check in with them to make sure that all of their details are all correct. I would have had to send out 8 more emails to confirm and finalize and follow up for the invoices that haven't been paid that are due over the next 2 weeks. I would have had to manually reach out to every single bride that hasn't yet booked in for their trial. But I did none of that. Because my systems, my automation, and my client pathways are all set up in my business. Which means that when I'm going through the dip, hello beautiful ladies, hello beautiful Nicole, when I'm going through the dip, and we all go through dips, it's totally normal and it's totally okay. And this is a permission slip that if you set your business up with the foundations, you can go through a dip and you can still experience incredible highs in your business. Your clients can still experience an incredible client experience in your business if you have the systems, the automation, and the client pathways set up in your business. It means that you are automatically creating leads in your business, automatically creating sales in your business, automatically booking and welcoming brides into your business, automatically following up with your brides, finalizing the details with your brides, following up on invoices with your brides, finalizing the invoice details with your brides, following up on trials with your brides, finalizing the trial details with your brides, reminding them of their trials that are coming up. You can literally be doing business so much more easier than what you are doing right now. And this is the testament to that. Last week was one of the most awful 24 hours. I'm not even going to say awful because it was fucking transformational, but it was very extravagant in the waves. And it actually meant that I wanted to go inwards and not outwards, which meant that I didn't want to show up and do any of the things. And yet my business didn't suffer. My clients didn't suffer. My sales didn't suffer. My confirmations didn't suffer. Everything still fucking continued because of the automations, the systems, and the client pathways. I would not have been able to manage all of that and manage all of the bookings for my team if I didn't have those systems set up. Oh, thank you, my love. It's so true, isn't it? It's so true. And there was once upon a time in my business where I didn't have those systems set up. In fact, when my mum passed away, I didn't. And so when my mum passed away and I was not available for anything, I completely shut off. I didn't have any systems in place. I didn't have any automation in place. And I sure as fuck didn't have any client pathways set up for my marketing and sales, which meant that my business suffered. Hello, beautiful Nicola. My business suffered because I was not available. And I didn't have the systems, the automations, the processes, the client pathways that I have set up in my business today to support me in my business. But more than that, support me in the waves of life. It means that I can show up in my business, on my socials, in my content, with my client experiences, with my brides, with my clients in my mentoring, with my clients in my masterminds, with my clients in my memberships. I can show up fully without having to sacrifice the moments where I don't want to show up, where I don't feel like doing all of that manually. I can actually be supported by my business. And this is the most freeing, most extraordinary feeling that I have ever had in my life. Imagine what it would feel like in your business if you had a team member supporting you. If you had a system that was supporting you. But more than that, if you had the systems and the team supporting you in your business. Yes, Nicola, it takes the anxiety away. You know for sure you're sorted. Absolutely, right? It's that feeling of like, I'm free. I'm free to create. I'm free to experience. I'm not being held back by limitation of what I need to do and when I should do it by and what it needs to be done. All those things. It's the most freeing experience. And last week was an incredible testament to how incredible it actually gets to be when you have the systems, the automation, and the client pathway set up in your business. It actually gets to be really fucking easy. Business gets to be easy. Booking new clients gets to be easy. Supporting new clients gets to be easy. Managing your bridal bookings in your business gets to be easy. It actually all gets to be really easy. And I can promise you that right now, if it feels really hard, it's because you don't have those systems in place. You don't have those foundations in place. You don't have that structure in place. You don't have those automations in place. When you have the integration, the foundations, the structure, the strategy in place, it's literally like a brick house. And when you don't have those foundations in place, you basically have a straw house. It doesn't take much to blow that house down. But when you have foundations in place, I don't even think a cyclone would blow your brick house down. That's how consistent your brand becomes. The more your brand grows, the more your business grows, the more your team grows, the more your clients grow, the more your admin grows, the more your marketing grows, the more your sales grow, the more time it takes to manage it. And if you have a dip where something is happening in your life and it's the last thing you want to be doing is showing up, you need to implement these 3 things in your business to support the growth of your business so that your admin, your time, your management is no longer linear to the growth of your business. You care about your team then supports you, and you can help with those systems. Life-changing, absolutely life-changing. This is the definition or the difference between creating a business the really hard way and doing it all on your own and struggling, or like being open to support, allowing that freedom, that creativity to flow through. Now, this is exactly what I help you to create inside of Expansion Mastermind. I help you to build out all of the systems that are unique to your brand and unique to your client experience. I'm not interested in creating a copycat system where you just copy what I'm doing. I'm interested in supporting you to create the most unique brand experience that is aligned to you. And then from there, we build out your client touch points. From there, we build out your system. From there, we build out your automation that is specific to your brand, not mine, yours. This is the greatest opportunity that you have to create the most expansive business that creates freedom for you, that creates a foundation and stability for your team, for your lifestyle balance. This is the difference between showing up and doing 25 hours of admin or doing 5 hours of admin. This is the difference between showing up and on the weekends or the weeknights and being like, sorry babies, I need to go and do my emails and get back to my responses, like respond to my clients, and feeling like that heavy weighted feeling of like, I fucking don't want to do this. You don't want to do it because something's not aligned. And what's not aligned is your boundaries are being crossed, because what you actually value is spending time with your families. But you know that you have that responsibility to get back to your clients. And so you're here, you're torn, you're completely fucking torn between what you should do and what you want. There is a better way to be doing business. There is a way where you can have it all, and there is a way where you can create balance and abundance without sacrifice. And systems and automation is quite literally the pathway to creating that. And that is what I help you to do inside of Expansion Mastermind. Now, the other thing that I wanted to share with you is Momentum Mastermind. This is how I help you to automate and create multiple client pathways, so your marketing and your sales, so that you don't have to rely on showing up on Instagram every single day just to get a booking. These client pathways mean that you do not have to show up on Instagram to get a booking. This is how you can create that consistency in your bookings and your sales. And this is how you can create a level of stability in your bookings and your sales with your marketing using these client pathways, using the 33 visibility strategies from inside my visibility methodology, which means that you don't have to show up every single day and create content and spend an hour doing it and then figuring out like, oh, it's so hard. It actually gets to be really easy. And with these client pathways, you're creating evergreen content that is all fucking ways, bringing you new clients, bringing you leads, bringing you bookings, increasing your client retention, increasing your client rebookings, upselling, cross-selling, all the things. Honestly, Momentum is the one program that will increase the sales and bookings of every single offer in your business, whether that is bridal, salon, editorial, commercial, education, workshops, masterclasses, online programs, anything. I am so excited because at the moment, there is literally 3 more days to join the birthday celebrations for Expansion Mastermind and Momentum. And this is where you get the opportunity to save $1,000. And you get the opportunity for 1 to 2 bonus one-on-one calls with me. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. We are kicking off today in Momentum with a frequency of sales masterclass. I'm so excited. Oh, thank you so much, my love. I love and adore you, and I just love that you are here with me and awake. I hope that you have the most incredible evening, Rihanna, and I hope that you have the most incredible day. I can't wait to connect with you. Leave a comment below if you've loved this training. Leave an emoji if you'd like to know more about expansion or momentum. And I can't wait to connect with you. Bye.